All right, y'all. Today we have part 2 of my beta breeding attempt, and I'm going to show you guys some really cool stuff, some developments since yesterday. Seki has definitely built a bubble nest. He hasn't built it where I thought he was going to. He's built it underneath this fake leaf that I have floating in the tank. So that is our little bubble nest right there. Even get it to focus a little bit. And here I still have bubbles in the jar. Hopefully you can see it in the video, but her breeding stripes are amazing. Like, she looks like a tiger. Her stripes are so defined. She's basically had these breeding stripes since day 2 after I got her, which is pretty fantastic, since my first girl, Kay, it was very difficult to see any kind of signs on her when it comes to things like breeding stripes, because she is a solid white on her body, and the solid white tends to not show the breeding stripes very well. But as you can see here, there's a lot of dancing, flaring back and forth. It's hard to really see a lot because the Sterilite tub that I use has opaque sides. They're not completely clear. So you can see a lot of detail, but the reflection on the light from any spot that isn't shaded makes it really difficult to see on the camera exactly what is going on. But I have decided, since I'm seeing some pretty good signs from both of them, that I'm going to release her today. So this video, you're going to watch me release my girl into the tank. Alright, so the first step is I am removing the cover that I had on the tank, which blocked their view. It's just an old Halloween costume. It was black, so I decided to use it. Then I already don't have the clips on the side of my top. I just am having the top just sit on there because the clips tend to rock the tub when I lift it up. So I wanted to have as little disturbance as possible. Now let me zoom back a little bit while I do this one-handed, which is fantastic. Gently lift the top. There's a lot of condensation that is collected, so I try to lift the top as slowly as possible to try and reduce the amount of condensation that drips off and hits the water, because that does disturb the water a lot. I'm going to set that behind the tank, and then you might be able to see her a little bit better without there being a lot of light on here. I'm use this opportunity to focus in on Bubbles a little bit. There she is. So it's hard to get this thing to focus sometimes. It doesn't like to focus in closely. So there they are, dancing. She is ready to get out. She keeps swimming to the top of the water, trying to find a way out. There she is. Absolutely beautiful girl. It's gonna be a beautiful pairing. I'm looking forward to it. Her coloring is just getting so intense, and I can see a lot of the reds and greens in her coloring, other than just the blues and the purples. Alright, so they are ready for each other. I'm going to take the jar out, like so. You can get a closer view of my girl before I put her in. I don't know if you can see the breeding stripes on her, but they are pretty distinct, and her color has just improved and intensed in just 24 hours. Alright, I'm going to set her off to the side. Set her down for a minute. I'm going to remove the other jar that I had in here that I was using to kind of prop up my jar, since the first jar wasn't quite big enough. I'm going to set that off to the side, empty that later. I don't want to disturb too much. Yeah, Seki's nest is destroyed now. He'll have to rebuild, but he won't have any problem doing that. He's a pretty good daddy. He builds good nests, and he won't be upset about having to redo it. And then I'm going to add my girl into the water gently. So lower the jar in like so, and then put it off to the side and let her swim out. There she goes. All right, and I'm just gonna pour the rest of this water back in. All right, so now we will put the top back on gently. Putting the top back on. Like I said, I'm not going to close the sides here because the top is pretty sealed well. Some people use... Okay, so let's observe their behavior for a minute. Now this is hilarious. With my first pairing with Seki, he did all the chasing and attacked my first girl. And so I specifically wanted a female that was a little more aggressive. And as you can see, that's exactly what I got. Look at Seki, he's running for his life. She is immediately going up to him and dancing and flaring, and honestly, I think she's ready. So he's gonna need to build his nest soon because she is probably gonna hound him until he does. And this is exactly what he needed. He needed a female that was going to dish out exactly what he dishes out and show him who really is boss. So now he's doing some chasing back, and that's exactly what you want to happen. You want your betas to be matched in personality for the most part. If you have one that's more aggressive than the other or more docile than the other, then your pair might possibly be mismatched and one might overwhelm the other beta, either the male or the female, and then there won't be a successful spawn. So hopefully this will be successful. Seki is showing his absolute best colors, and it looks like Bubbles is also doing the same. And Seki will probably build another bubble nest. I'm hoping he'll use the cup, but if he doesn't, that's okay too. Whatever makes him happy. And we will update this again tomorrow, unless we have some significant developments later today. Then I might upload a short video later. So thank you so much for watching, and just comment below if you have any questions. Talk to y'all later. Bye.